counted as a clap.
On my end or yours?
No, mine. I kind of flopped my hands together. I don't even know if it made a sound.
No, flap is already a word. Can't do that. I don't know what we're gonna call it. It was disappointing but effective. Story of my life. How you doing, Laura?
I'm gonna be totally honest right now. I'm gonna need this to be like 20 minutes because I fucking need to nap so badly.
I am also really on the verge of falling asleep. I did a very big workout today, and then I ate a decent sized lunch, and that's apparent. That's all it takes.
I ate Chipotle and then walked for a mile and a half in this humidity. So we're together in this right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. A couple weeks ago, Friday is more or less my pig out day, which the level of it varies. But I think it was 2 weeks ago now. Today, I did my workout. I ordered Chipotle and stuff. And Rebecca came home to find me asleep with Chipotle implements scattered across my bed and Odo sleeping in my arms. I had just passed out as soon as I ate it.
Yeah.
And Odo fell asleep with me, and I didn't clean up at all. It was just both halves of the tin everywhere. Yep. So I'm vibing with you. I support it. I have a couple things I need to do, and a couple solitaire games just got put on Apple Arcade. So that's what I've been doing for the last half hour.
Nice.
Is playing solitaire.
That sounds amazing.
Trying not to fall asleep before we record.
So this weekend we're going upstate for Charles' dad's birthday. Mm-hmm. And Charles had to work today. So we have to leave, probably like 7 p.m. tonight. We'll get there at 9:30. And not to complain on the podcast. But usually I cook, he cleans. Like that's, seems fair.
That was part of your house. I was there.
Yep. He did not clean up dinner last night. Not to say it was like a big dinner. I made like veggie burgers, so it was like a pan and 2 plates, so like it wasn't that big of a deal. But he made popcorn, so like he didn't do the dishes last night, didn't do the dishes today, and then left me with the baby by myself to do laundry, clean up that shit, pack, figure out getting groceries because we had to bring like food, take care of Ellie the whole time, like. So I worked through her first nap, and I'm just really tired.
This is how it starts. You had 2 years of bliss. 1 year perfect first year marriage, 1 year baby, new house, and you're done. You got all the good parts, but that's great. Most people don't even get that. So I'm really happy that you've had this journey up until now. Yeah. I'm proud of you, really.
Thanks. I also did stay up until 11 p.m. last night playing Mario Golf, which was my own fault.
Golf, is it Super Mario Golf Rush
Golf
or whatever?
Rush, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's excellent.
I've been enjoying it so far. I have to say, there's this like XC cross-country golf mode that I'm very bad at because it requires like... So I was reading a little bit about this online. It's basically like free-for-all golf where the quote-unquote the course hit a huge storm happened, so like everything's fucked up, so whatever. Like it's not a normal course. So you basically have to just jump around and like hit balls like over cliff faces, so like from one elevation to the next.
Sure.
And... you can do it in any order, so like you have to be able to read the map well enough to like know what's up and what's down and like plan for...
Pretty big important thing about maps,
yeah,
generally.
Yep. Anyway, I'm really tired all the time, and I'm also pretty bad at reading maps in general, and so like a really hard time fucking understanding what's up and what's down. So like, no, it just takes a little bit of planning. You like know you go to the higher elevations first, and I'm like... But it takes me like 15 minutes to figure out which one is the highest elevation, and I only have 1 minute to get to the next hole.
The developers are watching you play just like, this is not what we thought would be the hard part.
Yeah, totally. My approach, fantastic. My putting, very good. My understanding of what up and down means, very bad.
Yeah, you always thought golf was just flat. For me, mini golf has very little verticality. So, and that's the exposure. I have a friend of mine that I play Destiny with who's very knowledgeable about golf. He's my age, but considers himself a former golf professional. I don't totally understand the context, but
sure.
Like he is saying, like once like a bunch of people from our Destiny clan, because we're so cool, get together in the same area, we should all go mini golfing. And then I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then they're like, oh, and we should also go regular golfing. And I'm like, okay, I was with you for a minute. Can we reel it back a bit?
Stick that mini right in front there, and I'm
just
totally
keep it.
in.
The mini is really the selling point in so many ways. And I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy real golf. I might. It's just a risk I don't want to take right now. So that's, I don't know. I honestly, like, I have very little reason to pick up my Nintendo Switch. I will once Metroid Dread comes out. You better fucking believe I'm not going to turn my Xbox on for 2 weeks once Metroid Dread comes out. But, Super Mario Golf Rush, honestly, the buzz around it has interested me enough to be like, is it worth it? But then I remember it's going to be $60, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth it.
Honestly, I was super excited about it, and then I saw that it was $60. I was like, ugh, really?
Yep.
But Charles and I are going to, like, I'm playing through the campaign so we can open it, and we're going to play it a lot together, so it'll be worth it.
That sounds great. Conversely, I spent $60 on Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is the trilogy of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I think I told you, because we had a little hangout sesh recently, I think I told you that, like, years ago, I fucked up Mass Effect 2 so bad that I refused to play Mass Effect 3. I beat Mass Effect 2 again. Almost everyone lived except for one DLC character, and I didn't like him that much anyway, so I didn't feel too bad. Sorry, Zahid. But then I did Mass Effect 3, and I just beat it the other day, and, like, man, playing those games for $60 and then looking at Super Mario Golf Rush, I'm just like, I just went on such an epic, sweeping sci-fi journey that, like, puts every other RPG decision-making to shame, and also I could have trouble reading verticality on maps if I wanted to. So what's the better investment? And there's no better investment, but I'm very glad that I beat those games. And now I'm playing Andromeda, which got bad reviews. And it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, well.
So, whatever. It happens. I didn't pay for this one. It was on Game Pass. Oh dude.
Good. Oh my God,
Laura,
yes. What?
Sorry.
I'm so tired.
I know. Yeah, I think I can see that my eyes didn't open as much as I thought they would, and your eyes didn't open at all. So, struggle busted. Xbox Game Pass lets you play through the cloud, so you can play Xbox game. You can play Xbox on your phone now if you want. Without an Xbox, you don't need an Xbox anymore. There are a lot of games you can play with just touch, and there's some you can play with a controller. And because and they didn't build it for the Mac, but because the M1 Macs have the same chip architecture as iOS, and because they're using the same basic app code for both platforms, just different UIs, I can play Xbox on my Mac.
Yay!
Which is weird.
That's
practical
fun.
I don't know what the practical applications are yet, just because, like, there's still a bit of latency. I tried playing some Halo on my Mac. There's just a little too much lag, just enough that it's not good.
Yeah.
But when playing, like, chill single player games, it's fun. It's really just an experiment for me at this point, because I have an Xbox right behind me. There it is. There's the tall boy, the big tall boy.
BTB.
But yeah, for all the times that you've said, like, hey man, I'm just probably not going to get another Xbox, the future is now. You don't have to.
Also, we're definitely probably going to get another Xbox.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I think we're probably going to end up with both. Charles still really wants a PS5 first, but we watched the what was it, E3, where they did the Xbox, and he was like, damn. He was like, holy shit, man, like, Game Pass is such a good deal. And I was like, I know.
It's the best deal in game. I'm of two minds now about it, because Ratchet and Clank, the new one, came out for the PS5, and that is supposed to be like a really good showcase of, like, what you can do with the extra power. Like, people are saying, the word I've heard is it feels like it was built to, like, really maximize what the PS5 can do with its fast load times. Like, you can, like, zip around areas of the world with no loading, and that's just something you can't do on a slower storage device.
Right.
Meanwhile, Xbox is, like, opening the fucking fire hose of games. Bethesda games are exclusive, but they all do kind of seem like they were built for the previous gen and then just given better graphics for the current gen. So I'm wondering when Xbox is going to get those games that are like, let's really milk the shit. Oh, you got a sneeze coming. Oh, here it is.
Nope, it's going away.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. But yeah, no, Xbox's Game Pass is way too good a deal. Honestly, he has a PC. He might just get away with subscribing to Game Pass Ultimate. If he's just going to play some of those single-player games, he might not have to spend... I imagine he would not get the cheaper one. He would have to get the bigger, more expensive one. So just have him spend $15 a month and just not worry about it. But anyway, I had fun with Mass Effect a lot. I got very sad when people died that I didn't want to die. But other than that, I've been reading books.
Hey, nice.
read a book and a half over the last month amidst the other things. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
I entirely stopped reading books altogether.
Oh no, you were on such a roll.
I was on such a roll. Part of it was that the book that I got for my May book, I didn't like it.
Oh,
yeah,
that'll do it.
I didn't like it enough that I read the first third of it and I just never wanted to pick it up again.
Yep, that's kind of how I'm feeling
took it
about.
out of my I finally took it out of my backpack last week to be like, I'm actually just not going to finish this book.
That's good. That's a healthy thing to do because after playing about 5 hours of Mass Effect Andromeda, I'm feeling like, do I pick it back up? I haven't hit the point where I don't think I enjoy the game yet. I still don't know if I know, but I need to be strong like you and be ready to tell myself I don't need to play this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard. So I wasn't enjoying it, and then I read some reviews online, and people were like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's really great, and I was like, all right, I'll keep trying, and I don't know, man, if I can't get into it with the first third of the book, it's too long.
Yeah, no, I feel that. What was the book, if you don't mind me asking? You don't even know what it's called.
I think it's called The Things We Lost in the Water, or The Things We Lost to the Water. It's not autobiographical, but it's about a Vietnamese family who immigrates to America, and the dad stays behind, or he doesn't stay behind, he's left behind essentially. So it's about this single mother raising two kids in America, and it has a lot of potential and a lot of themes, and it just
didn't grab you.
Did not grab me. It was kind of slow and mostly just depressing and not that interesting. It's very much a slice of life,
yeah,
but I don't know, I a third of the way through the book, and what's happened so far is that the father got left behind, the boys are struggling, and people tease them. Maybe, I don't know, it's just not.
Maybe you're just a totally heartless person. That's fine.
Probably.
We can accept that.
Yeah.
I mean, motherhood changes you sometimes for the very worst.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be it.
No, I get that. Slice of life stuff is real hit and miss for me. I just finished, a half hour ago, I just finished season 2 of Trying, because the finale of that just came out. And it's Apple TV Plus show, 2 people trying to adopt kids. And, that's a slice of life show that just does it for me. It's, a little corny and cheesy in ways I usually bristle against, but, it is very deft at handling tough themes in quick, compelling, and also funny ways.
Yeah.
And if I think slice of life either has to be extremely charming or extremely insightful for me to really get into it. And I don't know, I'm more of a fiction person than you are. Not in that you aren't into fiction, but you are more open-minded than I am. So I don't know. That's I get that. I feel
it's
that.
it's not charming at all, and I've gotten legit. I'm looking at the book right now. I've made it through. So I've made it through a little over a quarter of the book, and I don't know anything important about any of the characters.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling.
I don't know. And the idea is it kind of jumps around. So it starts in 1980, whatever, 79 when they leave. Yep. And then it jumps several years, and then it's 1981, and then it's 1984, and so it's supposed to also feel kind of contemporary, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel that. The first book that I read was what is it called? Project Hail Mary. It's by Andy Weir, the guy who wrote The Martian.
Oh, okay.
The book. So, and I read his previous book, Artemis, which is about a moon colony. So I knew what I was in for, a story that's maybe not the best written fiction in the world, but it's just all based in really, really detailed sci-fi trivia, information.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I went into the book thinking this will be fun. It'll just be a sci-fi thing. And then I started noticing it's more or less about hey, there is this threat to the world that we need to solve with science, and people really need to come together to try to get that. That's a latent theme in the book, and I'm that's big Star Trek vibes. I'm gonna try really hard not to spoil it in case you ever do want to read it, because it's a fun read. It's not too heavy. It is really enjoyable. But it is at its core. I think he looked at the movie Star Trek First Contact and said, what if this real?
Yeah.
What if we do this, but how do real? Because, and it's just, there's just this very important focal point where he describes It's like there is this thing I need to interface with from the star Eridani 40, from the system of Eridani 40. And I'm like, why do I know that fucking star? Why do I know that name? And it's like, we're in the middle of trying to deal with this extraterrestrial, it's like a microbial thing, an extraterrestrial microbe that'll bring us together, and I need to interface with something from Eridani 40. In Star Trek, that's the son of Vulcan.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, and like, I was like a third of the way into the book, and I'm like, this is bugging me. Why do I know this? And there are like, I marked there like 10 or 15 like explicit Star Trek quotes or references, and I'm just like, he's just having fun.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott made his book a movie. He can write whatever he wants to get away with it. So, but that was very fun. That's a book you might enjoy.
All right. That's good to know.
I also just started Foundation.
Okay.
Which is Isaac Asimov.
Yeah, they're making the Apple TV.
Yes. Yeah, I saw the trailer for the Apple TV show. I'm like, this looks pretty good. I wonder what it's like, because, you know, I know Asimov is like the sci-fi writer.
Yeah.
I've never read any of his stuff, so I picked it up. It's excellent, of course. It's just, it's really, really fucking good.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm curious about, and it's a big budget adaptation for Apple. This is going to be they're trying to make it their Game of Thrones or whatever. So, because the morning show apparently wasn't as loved as Game of Thrones was. But like the trailer for the show is very dramatic. There's like ships shooting in a bunch of stuff. I am about a third of the way through the book, and so far, it is all people talking to each other.
Yep.
100%. Some of the best people talking to each other ever. Yeah. People are always saying, like, Star Wars is inspired by Foundation. This came out the same year as Lord of the Rings, by the way, just to know how long ago, how potentially influential. And I read Dune last year. Dune feels very much like it learned from this as well. Dune came out 11 years after this. And Foundation, it's really good. It is all just people talking so far. It's really good conversations that I love and are harrowingly poignant. But then I watch all the explosions in the trailer and I'm like, okay, I know I'm not done with the book, but
that'd be a pretty big transition.
We got it. The thing is that everything, the stuff I'm seeing in the trailer that I recognize already is like, seems pretty spot on, despite some gender and race flipping, which is not important because you don't spend much time with characters in this book.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really excited for the show. I'm just like, what liberties are we gonna see? But it's I don't know. I don't think it's the kind of book you would enjoy to chill read. I think Project Hail Mary you might.
I feel like this is the first time I've ever heard you be skeptical about an adaptation. I feel like so much of the time you're just like, oh yeah, you got to do like this, that, and the other thing. It is what it is. It's the transition and it's so interesting to hear that. I mean, listen, I realize that you're also talking about something that is obviously very different in terms of like conversation versus a firefight.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's how that's how people feel.
No, you're right. I'm generally pretty forgiving of adaptations because it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to, I mean, even just with my Silmarillion exercise, like that's, like, just trying to think, like, how do you translate this thing that, like, makes someone feel so deeply and put that into, like, an incredibly stripped-down version? And every time it's moderately successful, I'm just like, all right, I get it. Like, you did the best you could.
Yeah.
And I guess my doubt is not, like... My doubt is not so much, like, is this going to be bad? It's just, is it going to be the thing?
Right. Well, and that's why I feel like so much of the time, like, the thing... versus the adaptation are two different things to me, right? Yeah. Like, the movie and the book, Lord of the Rings, are not the same.
No, they're not. But they're both awesome.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like this is probably going to be similar. Like, it's going to be the book and the TV show are going to be different entities, but they could still be awesome both.
I think my worry might be along the lines of Lord of the Rings, where the movies obviously miss a lot of the subtext and themes of the books because the books are so long, so detailed and so developed. Like the fact that the movies imbued me with the curiosity of how big this world is a feat. Like, instead of putting everything in there, they made me ask, what else is out there?
Yeah.
And and that's part of that translation that works. And what's interesting about Foundation is it seems like it is built out to a reasonable degree, but really it is just stories of like these people like, hey, here's a problem, here's how I'd like to fix it.
Right.
And it's divided into 5 parts, and each part is totally removed from the other.
Right.
Like the first part of the book and the second part are 50 years apart and have none of the same characters.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what's fascinating about it is it is an inspection of social degradation. It is specifically trying to look at it was looking at what happened in Nazi Germany, where Asimov, his family having fled the Nazis, was just like, okay, let's write a story that inspects how do these things happen.
Right.
Which is what makes it so harrowing to read now in 2021, because there's things he wrote in 1950 that Republicans are saying right now.
Yeah.
So testament to his book and also to everything being awful. But it's just like,
humanity sucks.
Oh God, it's inescapable. Yeah, it's just like it is so thoughtful. Explosions are not thoughtful things.
Yeah.
So it's not so much like with Lord of the Rings, I think that they lost parts of the book, but I don't think they lost Lord of the Rings when they made the movies. And I mean, it's the pinnacle of adaptations in a lot of ways, so it's hard to compare things to it. But, and I'm just coming into it for the first time, I want media that is this thoughtful. It is the thinkiness of Star Trek that keeps me interested in Star Trek. It's not newt babies. It's not Discovery's representation, which is fantastic, but also like that representation serves a bigger conversation in the story. And I want more things that have that bigger conversation. And so far the book is not disappointing. It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have not really ever read Asimov either. I think I've read a couple of his shorter stories, but I have no memory of it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. He was
nice.
also it's I've been trying to get myself to read more like classics, but I always pick sci-fi. So I'm only halfway there. May as well go
classic sci-fi.
Yeah, I'm only halfway there, so that's fine.
That's fine. I mean, I don't know. They're classics are classics for a reason, but they are hard to get through in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know. They're so far removed, and the language is so different.
Yeah.
It doesn't always. I mean, it's. You just have to be in the mindset, and sometimes you're not there.
Yeah, and I am so exposed to sci-fi that maybe like going back 70 years to read sci-fi is like not too tall an order. But maybe if I went back 70 years to read slice of life stuff, it might not grab me quite as much. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm excited to read it. I know that he has a ton more books like this, so we'll see how it goes. It's also not that long.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
So that helps. So I'll be able to get through that pretty quickly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I've done other shit this month, and it's all falling out of my head. Mass Effect really took me over for a bit.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Rough but wonderful.
Rough but wonderful.
I definitely did some other stuff this month. I don't remember what any of it is, and I am so sorry to be this guy. I am actually going to say that I have to get off right now. Because I can't stop yawning, and I'm going to fall asleep on you.
That's fair. We did pass 20 minutes. Do you wanna talk a little bit? We haven't actually talked since the summer BoyBQ.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It was incredible. I keep trying. It's really hard to recommend to my friends, hey, go spend $10 and watch this My Brother and Me special.
Yeah.
None of them have done it yet, and I'm like, guys, you gotta trust me.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So funny.
Did you finish it?
No, not yet. I haven't had the time, dude. I've been so fucking busy.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so overwhelming.
You left about 15 minutes before the end, so you don't have much left.
Yeah.
It is a crazy last 15 minutes.
I'm very excited.
I think that the WikiHow Wisdom of the Cloud thing about how to save beached animals with pictures of people throwing water at sharks.
That was by far the funniest thing that I've listened to in years.
I couldn't stop laughing.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
I felt embarrassing breaking down into tears in front of you, but it was so
funny. It was so funny.
It was great company to be in tears at the same thing. But I'll tell you, the end is not that same gut-busting laughter. It is shocking.
Yeah, okay.
So it's worth watching.
All right.
Yeah.
I know I was in the middle of Haunted Doll Watch, and they brought out Christopher. Was that his name?
Christian was the doll, I think?
Christian.
Something like that.
With his vampiric sexual energy.
Yeah. Christian hangs out for a little while, but the end is just, it's another bit that I'm excited to talk to you about. It was really nice. I know that we don't always have the chance to, but it would be, we gotta look out for stuff like that again when you are not swamped with baby And I wasn't like this week. I did a lot of editing this week. Maybe that's why I'm tired, is the work is catching up to me. And today's my first day off in about 2 weeks. So
yeah, sometimes when that happens, you just get hit by a truck and you're like, I am completely out for the count for the entire day.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel bad for Rebecca, though, because she's a lot busier than I am right now. And I'm just like, I'm trying to, I'm like, hey, can I help? And she's like, nope, just got to do it. I'm like,
I just got to head down. Yeah, that's my big thing is like I really want to take a 20-minute nap so that I can power through because I am also going to be the one driving us. And I need to make dinner for Eleanor and us and pack and maybe shower, but probably not. And finish the laundry and put it away. All right, I got to go sleep now. I'm falling asleep.
No, you need to. I need you to sleep. I need to know you'll survive this. Oh, God. Okay, well, I hope you have a good nap. I'm probably also going to have a good nap.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, I hope Ellie has a good nap because she's been down for about 33 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
And if she can stay down for at least another half hour, that would really be great.
We've made it longer than this before. I think you can make it this time. Go, duck out. I'll vamp on the recording for the next 30 minutes. Right. You go take your nap.
Thanks, friend.
All right, bye. Talk to you soon.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Nice webcam.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It's in the corner of my room and there's no lighting under my face. So it's what it is.
Love it.
Love it. All right. Bye, Laura.
Bye, Colin.
Good night.
Good night.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
How You Doing is a Common Geeking program production. Starring Laura Becker and Colin Ketchen, with editing and original music by Colin. You can see and hear more at the website podfriend.pizza, or follow HousePod on Instagram for a real-life look at their friendship. If you enjoy the show, spread the love. Tell a friend, share your favorite episodes, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Colin and Laura will talk to you again on the first Monday of every month. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.
Come and meet